start by releasing the hip flexors. Often gets quite tight in most people. So taking your right foot in front and bringing your left foot behind. It's called a 90-90 stretch, and that's because basically your legs are in a 90-90 degree angle. So on this one, Joe, if you just bring your leg a little bit out, if you can. Good, nice. So leaning into that stretch a little bit and taking some breaths, remembering that the breath is your internal muscle relaxer. So it massages your muscles from the inside. So taking some big deep breaths, filling your lungs with an inhale. And then with an exhale, see if you can twist a little bit further into the stretch. So with the inhale, you're preparing your body, and with the exhale, you're seeing if you can get those muscles to relax a little bit further. So coming into the end of this stretch on this side, take a big inhale and an exhale, release. So now we're going to go into a pigeon stretch, which takes the stretch a little bit deeper. So the right leg stays in front, but this time the back leg comes all the way back. And you'll see that Joe is just putting a bit of integrity into the toes. If you put some integrity into the toes, it takes away the pressure from the knee. So it's quite important to keep floincing those toes. So leaning into the stretch. Floincing, did you like that? Taking an inhale and an exhale, Joe. See if you can just drop that chest a little bit further down to the floor, relaxing the shoulders. Now, you can take the stretch in a different way. Joe's going to demonstrate a flying pigeon where your hands are up, because some people can't actually go as far down as that. So if this feels better and you're still getting a good stretch in that hip flexor, then stay here. Or if you want to be a sleeping pigeon, then you're going to just drop your shoulders and your head and take a bit of a relax here. So taking 2 breaths, take an inhale and an exhale, and one more count. Inhale. And exhale, release. Coming out of the stretch nice and slowly, because the hips can feel a little bit gnarly after that. You're going to take your left foot and we're going to go back into the first of the 90-90 stretches. So this time the left foot is in front and the right foot is behind. So again, taking your breath, using it to massage in. Noticing actually it's quite nice with the rebound effect. Joe, do you feel like your right side is now a bit looser than the left? So you'll have a bit of a rebound effect going on. So just thinking about how your body feels in that stretch and just using your breath to massage your way through it. So we're just gently enticing the left side to follow suit. So with 2 breaths, inhale and exhale, and one more, inhale. And on the exhale, release out of this pose a little bit, but we're going back into the pigeon stretch on the left side. So the left foot, so am I in your way? Did you see that little movement there? Going in, beautiful. So coming in, so we're flying pigeon on this side. Is that because it's a bit gnarly?
It's a bit gnarly.
It's a bit gnarly. So if it does feel different, and notice in your body that each side will feel slightly different to the other side, take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale and exhale, release. Enjoy coming out of that stretch and feeling the rebound effect, hopefully, that you'll get. So we've opened up the hip flexors. We're going to work on the hamstrings next. So Joe, if you bring both your legs straight, sitting back into your sit bones. Beautiful. What I mean by that is we're not rounding the back as you come forward. We're pushing back into the hip flexors. So Joe, if you take an inhale, reach up, and then exhale, reach forward for those toes. Not bad, actually. He's all right. So you might find that your hamstring starts to shake a little bit here. What I don't want you to do is go into it with any shaking, or if there's any tingling in the feet, then please come out of the stretch. So Joe, take an inhale and an exhale, reach a little bit more forward if you can. Good. Now taking the left foot, bringing it to the inner thigh of your right foot. We're just going to concentrate on this side. So just dropping forward a little bit, noticing whether it feels different on each side, and take 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, swap sides. So we're bringing the, what are we on? Right foot to the inner thigh of the left?
Yeah.
knee. Take an inhale and an exhale, reach forward. With the exhale, you're trying to go a little bit further into the stretch. So the inhale prepares the muscle, the exhale enables it to relax a little bit more. If you can, push the back of the knee slightly down. Don't worry about how far you go, but try and lengthen out those hamstrings if you can. 2 breaths, inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale and exhale. Taking the left foot, bringing it to the foot of your right, and making sure in this position that your big toes stick together, even if nothing else does. Take an inhale, reach up, and an exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Now, lots of people in this stretch are super tight. So if you've got some cushions in your living room and you want to just rest that knee onto something, then please do. But please remember to take your breaths in this pose to try and get the hip flexors to relax a little bit more. So big, deep breaths. We're going to go for 3. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, exhale, and an inhale, and an exhale, release. So we're going to go back into this sort of a stretch, but in a different pose. So we're going into something called a child's pose. So bringing still the 2 big toes together, and then sitting back onto the heels and just dropping forward. Now, you can do your child's pose in any way. Joe's resting his forehead to the floor. You can bring the hands back, as in, yep, you can bring them to the side of you if you wish, but try and keep your palms down. This one can feel fine to begin with and then gets a little bit gnarly as you go on. So we're going to take 3 breaths. Take an inhale and an exhale, and 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, and for the last count, inhale and exhale, release, coming out of the pose. This time, for the last and final stretch, we're going to be going onto our backs. This one, it feels really nice for the lower back. So bringing your, what have we got here? Is that right leg? Drawing it across your body. And just trying, where possible, to drop the knee down. So we're going for the twist. Bring your gaze to the opposite side. So opposite side that way, perfect. So good. So just bringing a bit more of a twist into that lower back, coming into the mid back and into the top of the back, using your breath. If you find it more comfortable, you can go into cactus arms, which look like this. But whichever, and also it depends on how much space you've got in your living room. So taking 2 breaths here, just massaging into the stretch. On the last of your exhales, release out. Just bring your knees up to your chest, Joe, if you can. Just massage into the lower back a little bit and then drop to the opposite side. So take an inhale and an exhale, drop over. Noticing whether the right or the left side feels differently. Often they do. Does it in this one? Tighter or looser? I think definitely we all have a tighter and a looser side. With Joe, it's this side, and you'll see it quite definitely in the knee, as Joe's just pointed out, where is the floor. So 2 breaths here. Take an inhale. Massage into the stretch. Joe, as it's tight, take an exhale. See if you can drop that knee slightly lower. You might be able to too. And for the last breath, take an inhale and an exhale. Release. Coming up into a seated position, crossing your legs. Just feeling that lovely rebound effect. Shake it out. Notice whether you're feeling a bit better. Now, these stretches, this is a 10-minute video, but if you find during one of those stretches it's a little bit tighter in some of them, then please do hold that pose for a little bit longer. Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Good. We'll see you next time. Bye.